All right, we are live. Good morning. My name is Lory, and today we're going to be drawing in Illustrator again. Today, I thought we could do some houses, do some more flat design. So I got some inspiration up here. We'll be using a lot of squares and manipulating the shapes a little bit to kind of get the desired parts of the house that we want. Today we'll just be focusing on the exterior. Maybe after this one I can do the interior of a house next week. I have a little bit of a headache, so I apologize if I'm like and like kind of talking strangely and you know this. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. So let's just pull up Illustrator. Oh no, launch Illustrator. All right, so I thought I had Illustrator open, and we do not. So we're going to just wait a few seconds. While we wait for it to open, really you can find anything that has like a flat design. What is going on? If you just type flat design, you can put like cat probably, and you would get like flat design cats. But I want a house. All right, so it looks like Illustrator is open now. So I'm gonna pull it over here, just like that. And I want to see my inspo. I really liked this one, so I thought we can kind of just go off of this. I like the angle that we're viewing this house. I like the colors that they're using. We'll use our own colors though. I like the trees. I like how they're circular, kind of, it's a little bit more organic than the hard lines of the house itself, so that is really interesting. So it doesn't matter what size we use. Let's just do create new. Let's see, let's just do, I like just to keep things even. So 1000 points by, well, let's make it a square, I guess. Okay. I'm going to turn on ruler, so I'm going to press Command R on my keyboard and the rulers show up. All right, so the first thing that we need is a square to kind of make this shape. So we kind of want to do the side panel first. All right, so I believe the default for Illustrator is a square that's filled in white and the stroke or outline is black. So we want to change that. We do not want a stroke. So we click this little arrow and then this white square with a red line cutting through it. And then for the color, we can do anything right now. Let's just do, you know what, I should have had a color palette selected. Let's just make this blue. All right. Cool. So now we want to just make a duplicate. This is just how I work too. I just make a duplicate. I want to start making this front part of the house. So I'm going to do that. And now I'll show you how to make the point. There's a couple ways you can do this. One way that I do that is pen tool. Yeah, Maple. I know. My bird's chirping. Let me see something. Which is classic. Okay, there we go. So in order to get this specific tool that I want, which is add anchor point tool, previously in the previous layout you saw that it wasn't showing up. So I had to change from Essentials to Essentials Classic. So I want to add an anchor point right here. So you can see my cursor is a pen. Looks like a pen nib and like a little plus sign. So that means we're adding an anchor point. These little squares here, let me zoom in, are anchor points. So I want to add one right in the middle. And then I want to go to our direct selection tool, click on that anchor point and bring it up, hold shift so it doesn't, it's not like this. You want it nice and straight. And we're gonna just go up a little bit like that. So as you can see, we kind of have like a basic framework for this house. Go back to our selection tool, and I just kind of want to bring this up a little bit because I feel like our house is like a little weird of a shape. A little weird of a shape is a weird shape. What is English? Let's have more coffee. Okay, so the problem with this is that it's the same color, so there's no depth. Let's just make this a lighter blue. So it looks like the sun is hitting it, like so. And there we go. Now we have like a really, really simple way of kind of creating dimension. Okie doke. So now we want to do the roof, and the roof is a rectangle, but it's a little bit more askew. So actually, how do you do that? Let's think. Let me think. It's early for me. All right, so let's make that square. Let's make it green. A little bit of green roof. We'll change the colors a little bit later. You know, I kind of want to go over the basics really quickly so you can kind of get an understanding of what I'm doing, and then we'll go in and do all the details. Maybe we'll go back and find a color palette that we like using colorhunt.com. Okay, I know how I'm going to do this. So we have a rectangle. All right, this is important. Select your direct selection tool, and you want to click and drag these 2 points. It's hard to see, but there's a truck going by outside. These squares, these anchor points, are dark blue, and these are white. So now you know that these are selected. So you want to click one, and I'm pressing shift just so I'm not going like this. It's nice and straight. And we want to go in the same angle that part of the house is. And actually it's probably gonna be a little bit more skewed. Yeah, I messed that up, but we can go back, just do the same thing, and you know, just kind of mess with the angle a little bit. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. There we go, intersect. So, and then just kind of bring it a bit like that. Oh, my poor house. My poor house. Okay, there we go. So now we got a nice little roof, and it's a little wonky. Oh, I don't know why it's making me laugh, but alright, let's see here. There we go. It's a little bit better. And you can use your arrow keys to kind of specifically move your anchor points where you want. There we go, that's a little bit better. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that. All right, I hate these colors, so let's go to Color Hunt and pick new colors. Color Hunt. Ooh, these are cute. I like this. But, ooh, this one's nice. I love looking at color palettes. Let's go for something that has some green in it, so we can like make the grass and maybe some blue. We can always add colors too. This is actually nice. I like these pastels. I feel like I used that one for the plants. Like, it looked exactly like that. Let me see. Search palettes. What about pastel? I like these. I like everything. These are kind of cool. It's kind of similar to our reference image. This is nice. What if you made the background yellow and then the houses are all of these purples? Ooh, I have an idea. Let's use this. Ooh. Okay. So, we're gonna, whoa. Not screenshot. Alright, there it is. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to make a little rectangle. I'm gonna make it this yellow. And then I'm going to copy this, gonna go to our eyedropper. No, I need to copy it. Get this pink, mauve purple, and then this one will be this one. This one will be, okay, so we're going to select these four. I'm going to go here and say new color group, and we'll just call it house. There we go, our colors are there, so now we can just delete these. All right, this I want to make the light pink. This one I want to make, oh, this one I want to make that one. Huh? No. Oh my god. Ah. What is happening? There we go. Oh. Alright, and this will make the darker purple. Or we can change it to be like a gray or a brown, maybe something a little bit more neutral. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to do that, paste it. I'm going to reflect, and I'm going to do vertical, and I want it to match up like that. And then I'm going to do command, let's just go to the layers because it'll be easier to see. So I want this to be behind all of them. All right, cool. So we kind of have like that little, let's go back to our inspiration. Kind of have that little, what am I saying? The other part of the roof peeking out a little bit. So we can kind of go out a little bit like that. We can even take these and go like that. And then this can even be a darker purple, and I know we don't have one, but we can say new swatch and just make it a darker purple and add to my library. And then we want this to look like that. I think, oh, okay, yeah, so we did add that color. Cool. All right, so we have a little bit of depth, which is awesome. The other thing I could have done is just, I just want to do that, so it's a little bit more matching. Okay. Now, we want to make some windows. Let's go in. So my idea with the color palette was I want the background to be that yellow, and I want to make the window frames white, but what's inside of the windows is yellow, so it kind of looks like light is coming out of the house. Apologize if this is like all over the place. So I don't want to copy this person, so I'm gonna make a few different kind of windows. So I'm gonna make this like a white. We're gonna flip that so we have the outline. I want the stroke to be like that. And then we want the fill to be that yellow. Alright. We're gonna copy. Maybe we just want like two. Like that. Alright, so we got some windows. I'm just looking here. I kind of want to look at this. Oh, I can't zoom in. No, I don't want to buy it. I can't zoom in on it. There we go. So they kind of have like this shadow. So let's see if we can kind of replicate something like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, because I want my kind of shadow to snap to the edges of the stroke, but it won't work because the stroke is, it's just a stroke and it's not like an object. So I'm gonna say stroke, path outline stroke, and now this is its own separate layer. I kind of want to just see something real quick. No. All right, never mind. All right, so I'll show you what I mean. Actually, I don't even think that's gonna work. Yeah, it does, I guess. Yeah, it does. All right. So it kind of snaps to where your line is, where this yellow meets the white. So that's what I wanted. And I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to fill a bit, hold shift so I can get the perfect 90-degree angle. It's intersecting. I'm gonna match it up there. And I'm gonna make this a darker purple. And now to get that kind of angle, I'm going to go to this, my direct selection tool, take this anchor point and just make sure it's like in between, like where those two are meeting. So there we kind of have a cool effect where it's kind of like you're looking into the window, kind of like you can see the inside frame. All right. Apologize if that was like really confusing. I'm sure it was. Hopefully you could just like follow along and really this is just kind of like messing with your shapes and your different anchor points, and you want things to be depending on your style. Like I kind of like it really like my angles to be perfect, but if you want to kind of have like more random angles, a little bit more like abstract, then you could definitely do that too. Just kind of depends on your style. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to delete that because I already made this window. So I'm going to select all of these things and copy, paste, and I'm just going to bring it over to the right, the left. Wow. Lory, you can't tell your left from your right. All right. So this house has like a foundation, which is really cool. So we can do that. We can add like a brown. Let's do the background. I know I'm like going all over the place. So my layers, I need them here. All right. Cool. No. Layers. There we go. I don't know why this is all funky. All right, so let's make a new layer. I'm gonna put it underneath this house. So this is the house layer. There's nothing on our layer 2. I'm just gonna call this background. I'm going to make a square, and it's going to be that yellow. All right, and I'm gonna lock it so I don't mess around with it. So let's make the foundation of the house. So we just want a rectangle that kind of just goes in a little bit. So we're in, as you can see, we can't do anything because we're in a locked layer. So let's make a new layer and we'll put it in between the background and layer 1, which should be called house. And we'll just, for this you can, whoa, sometimes my Illustrator bugs out. You can just make, you can just make any kind of shape and then just adjust it because we'll be adding in that shading towards the end. All right, so let's just pick a new color. Sure, that works. Maybe more like a, ooh yeah, kind of like a muted kind of brown. Something that's a little bit more purpley in the tint. Yeah, that works. So as you can see, it goes almost to the end here. But we want it to go here because we're gonna make a duplicate. And we're gonna make it a different color. Like that. All right, so we got a cute little foundation. Let's work on the front of the house now. And as you can see, it's starting to become a little bit more 3D, which is really cool. And that's really, you know, you can use colors to do that. You don't have to really go crazy with like perspective or anything like that. You can just, that's the beauty of flat design. You can use different colors to show depth. All right, so let's zoom in. I want to see what's going on with this door. All right, so we got some stairs. We got also a little lamp, which is cute. Maybe we'll do like 2 lamps like on the side or something. Oh, I see now how that works. Oh, I see how you did it. It's more like an outline. Why are you making noise? Hey, come here. Come here. All right, we won't worry about that part. So let's do the door. Let's draw the door. Let's go back to the house. Let's make a new layer. We'll call it door, just to keep things like kind of separated. Okay, make sure we're in the door layer. So Illustrator works differently than Photoshop because you have layers that have like paths within that layer. Unlike Photoshop where a layer is like a single scribble or shape or photo. So we want to make this white. Do we want to make it white? Yeah. No, we want the stroke to be white. And we want the inside to be like a dark purple. Or like that purple. Yeah. Okay, let's make our stroke thicker. Make sure it's like centered with our line here. I mean the center of our like triangle thing. Okay. I'm just looking. I'm also gonna do the outline stroke just because I like it much better. Let's look up doors. House. House. Oh, that's kind of cool. We can do something like that. Make kind of like an arch. Yeah, let's do a little bit more detail. Let's do something like this. Cool, let's do that, yeah. You know, I don't want to completely like rip off that designer, because that's not what you want to do. You want to be inspired enough, but also add your own flair. So we got we have like the basic middle part of this design. So I'm going to make another white part of it, and I'm going to just copy it. And then we want to have like little windows. So I'm going to make another little square. I just kind of plop it on there. I'm going to make it purple. And it needs to be a little bit more of like that shape. Okay, that looks centered. And I'll copy it. Oh. Okay, let's just do 3. Bring it over to the right. Oh, I got a cute like little frame here. Let's draw the doorknob. Why are you crying, Maple? Oh, it's like in front. I mean, it's behind the door. Oh, is it just because it's the same color? What's going on? So weird. It's the same purple. Okay, let's make it that color. Oh, because we're in the house. Can you stop, please? likes to beg for attention, and then when I go to bring him over here, he just flies away, so. All right, let's look back to our inspiration. So we kind of want to, why do I keep going in the house? Let's lock this, because, I see what I did, These rectangles have to be in the door. Okay. That, okay. Let's lock the house. Where'd that one go? What? Oh, that's why. Let's go right there. Okay, cool. We're done with that part. Please stop. Please. Come here. I apologize. Can you stop, please? Come here. Please stop. Please stop making noise. Thank you. I don't understand. Okay. So we want to make some more shadows for the doors and the windows. So let's do the same thing like we did for those windows. Okay. And maybe I just want to copy these three and bring them over like that. Okay. But now I'm thinking, since they're windows, shouldn't they be that yellow color? So let's select all of them and we'll make it that yellow. Alright, cool. And then we'll make these that color. Cool. I think that's pretty cool. How many times can you say cool? It's looking a little bit like too blah right here. So I'm going to mimic this kind of shape, but I'm gonna do like a rounded top. So I'm just gonna take a circle kind of thing and make it in the center there. I'm gonna make it white and I'm gonna put it behind all of this. Maybe we want it to be like that. Okay, and then it's looking kind of strange, so you know what? That's fine. That's a little bit better. Is it? I don't know. Does it look good? I don't think it looks good. So indecisive. All right. Let's do a chimney. And we'll come back to the stairs because the door is kind of annoying me right now. That's okay. You just go and work on something else. So let's add some grays, like kind of like how this designer is doing that, because I think we've done too much purple. All right, let's just copy it. And then we want the one that's in the front to be a little bit of a darker gray. So that way we have the light hitting it and there, it has a little bit of depth. So really I just have a rectangle in front of a rectangle. One is darker than the other. And if you wanted to do the other way where the light is coming here, this one would be light and then the smaller visible part of the other rectangle would be dark. All right, cool. So let's do this. We'll make this a bit darker. Oop. Let's copy, paste, put it behind. A lighter gray. And there we have a cute chimney. So the other thing is, because this is on an angle, we want to go here, take this anchor point, just this one. Oh, I see. Okay, we got to add an anchor point here, like so. And then we want to take this one and just go up, like that. So it looks like it's at an angle. I don't know why this house has 2 chimneys. You can see another one up behind there, but it's okay, you do you. All right, so the chimney's done. Let's go back to the stairs, because now that I've taken a little bit of a breather, we can go back to it. This whole door part. Oh, my chimney is on this layer. Oh no. All right, let's just group that. Can we group it? No. All right, we're gonna take these 4 pieces, put them on a new layer. The chimney, we'll lock it. Okay. You know what? This whole thing is getting messed up, so just forget I did that. All right, let's go back to the stairs. So let's go back here. The reason why I wanted to do that is because I see like a little pink sliver, and it was kind of bugging me. But my chimney is on that layer, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, how did this guy do it? So, not something right there. But his foundation is so much bigger, so that allows him to make bigger stairs. So you have to just extend that a bit. Okay. We'll make this that light gray, and then copy it, but we're gonna bring it over, copy it again, bring it over. Now I just want 3 stairs. So it looks like this one is a darker gray. Okay, and then he also has, you know what I want to do instead though? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker than those. I'm gonna make a new rectangle, and I'm going to make like kind of a background for these. So I'm gonna put it in the back, and I'm gonna make it a darker gray. Want it like that. There, so that kind of looks more like stairs to me. Of course, there's like a weird overlap there. All right, something like that. Oh, we got some stairs. All right. Maybe we want to add like a little window here. Let's make it a circle this time. Should I make it a circle? Nah. I'm just gonna unlock this. I'm going to select the parts of this window because I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and make it smaller. And I'm going to reflect it and make it vertical. Alright, so the dark part is on the top. Cool. So maybe we want to add some details to the outside of the house. Let's draw a tree, but we'll make it a different shape. We'll do polygon, make it 3-point. So it's a triangle. And we want it to be green, obviously. Go back here. I don't like this color green. Make it like something a little bit more, yeah, like that. It's gonna be more like a pine tree. So I'm gonna make this section, I'm gonna make a little bit bigger. Take another section, a little bit wider. Make sure it's in the center. Another section, go wider. Another section, and just make it longer and wider. Make the biggest part. Make this one a little bit smaller. Another section. Take the smallest one, duplicate it, and make it smallest. Make it the smallest. Alright, got a cute little pine tree. Let's make the trunk. Go like that, and let's make it the brown that we used for the foundation. Maybe a little bit darker. Okay, put it behind everything. Cool. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to select this whole thing. Yeah, we're going to group it. Actually, I want to merge it. I want to merge all of these. So I'm going to go to the Pathfinder. If you don't see it, just go to Window and find Pathfinder. I'm going to click this first one, which is just Unite. Oh, no. Okay, just the green parts of the tree. We want to unite because it'll make it all one color, which we don't want. And then I'm going to take a square, put it on top, and make it a lighter green. Let's make it a new swatch. Lighter green. Lighter. Oh, not like that. Oh. Sure, that works. Okay, now I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to do, well, let's group. I'm going to move this inside the group. I'm going to select the square and the tree that we united, and I'm going to use the shape builder tool, which is this kind of like 2 circles. I'm going to Alt and click and hold, and then I'm going to go back to this and put it. Oh, the brain is not working. I have a headache. Okay. We want to make sure it's in the center of this tree. Okay. Now we're going to use the shape builder tool. That was a hot mess. Okay. There we go. So we kind of have like a nice little gradient. Although it should be the opposite. Because the light isn't coming from there. So let's just select these two. We're going to select all of these things. And we're going to reflect it. My brain is not working. There we go. Now it's correct. Awesome. All right, let's do the same thing for the trunk. And here, I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to copy it, paste. Going to make sure it's in the middle. and we're gonna make it a lighter brown. And then we're gonna select that and the other part of the trunk. Use the shape builder tool. We're going to cut. Okay. We're gonna just make it smaller. Yay, we have a tree. Cute little pine tree. Okay. Now let's make a nice little round. Maple, why are you talking? Why are you making so much noise? Let's make it that green. There, so we kind of have a cute little ground for our house. Maybe we want to select everything, make it a little bit smaller, so it's like right in the center. And we got a cute little house. And you can add as many details as you'd like. That's just kind of how I go about making shadows and shapes in flat design. I apologize that this was a hot mess and my bird won't be quiet. I greatly apologize for that, and also that my head was all over the place. But I hope you learned something. I hope you try this out. Let me know if you do. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, what colors you use. That's always really exciting for me to see. So, and yeah, just have fun with it, and look up inspiration. You can put flat design with any kind of other word, noun, or basically anything, and you can find so many things for inspiration. So please go to thedie.com and see all the other classes that we have going on this week. And until next time, thanks, and have a great day.